Welcome back to another Vlogoween. I have my sister here with me again because apparently everyone's busy and I can't get anyone to come in. But it's okay. I'm gonna get my parents in. I'm gonna go have dinner with them today because my mom made caldo, and I'm gonna talk to them and we can figure it out, and then we can get on the same page and they can finally come in with me. I'm gonna film with my little sister later tonight too, so I'm gonna have different people in case you're getting tired of the same face. Kidding. Y'all probably getting tired of me and seeing me every single day.
Clearly not, they're watching me.
So today we're gonna talk about something that happened to us in Mexico, and this was two years ago.
Three.
It's already gonna be my grandpa's 3 year, right?
Yeah.
So we actually went to Mexico this time as a whole family, and we hadn't gone as a whole family in like forever. They actually went without me once, and they left me for Christmas and New Year's, and I'm never gonna forgive them for that.
She said she was okay with it.
Of course, I wasn't gonna be like, none of you guys can go, because
I wanted to stay, but my parents made me go. Okay.
Well, so yeah, they had left me that time, and I stayed home all by myself, kind of. And then and then oh, I think I forgot to take off the tag on the sweater.
Can't even tell them.
I feel it though. I got this sweater like over a year ago from Lola Chitique, by the way.
It's not even called Lola Chitique anymore.
I know, from Miss Lola now, which I have a discount code, and it is Judith 20 if y'all want to use it, by the way.
This is not an ad.
I make no money out of this, like, for real though. Where were we?
Then we went to Mexico as a whole family.
Oh yeah, and y'all ditched me. So then we finally went again, but that was unfortunately because my grandpa had passed away, so all of us went, and this was 3 years ago.
It's gonna be 3 years.
It's gonna be 3 years to go next month actually. And we stayed there for about 2 weeks now, or a whole week. Was it a whole week?
I think it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I think we were gonna stay there for a couple of days only, but then we told my dad, well, we might as well go for like
a while, like,
yeah,
you know, stay with the family for a little bit.
Yeah, so we went, and after the whole funeral thing happened and everything, we stayed at my tia's house. So my tia is my mom's sister, and I'm gonna try to my best to bring her on my channel because she has had a lot of crazy shit happen to her. I actually texted her today, and she told me she's off Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So I'm busy all weekend, so hopefully I can get her next Tuesday. But she has a house in Mexico, and we were staying there. Shit is always going down there.
Hell yeah, something creepy. Every single time that we have stayed in that house, like, something happens all the time. But this time it was like weird. I was asleep, so that's for you to like.
Oh, that's true, you were.
Yeah.
This night we were in pretty early. I think by like 10 p.m. we were already inside, maybe before even.
I don't know.
And that time it got late though. My dad would always go stay at my grandpa's house and, you know, hang out with his brothers. They would just, you know, have drinks or just talk basically. And that night we were at my tia's house. We were all in one of the rooms, and Jasmine was sleeping like always. My mom was awake. Janelle was awake.
Yeah.
Damn it, I could have brought her in. Oh, well, she's at school, so she could have not been here in this story time. Janelle was awake, and then we started hearing a knock on the window. We're from a little rancho that's like, how do I say it?
It's just a small little, like, it's real, like, it's actually like really small. It's from like one end to the other.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. And then but that's where like all our family is, my mom's, my dad's. And I mean, it's not, we're making it sound small. When you're there, it's pretty big. There's a lot of people that live there.
Hell yeah.
But it's small compared to like the big cities in Mexico and stuff. and it's more like old school. Like la carretera is the, like, you know, dirt. The houses look old school, most of them. And so my tia had her house, and she has a huge backyard, like humongous backyard.
Yeah, it's like pure field.
Yeah, yeah. And most of the houses from that side have like a big ass field in the back, so it's freaking creepy as fuck in the night. The other side, it's like more like callejones, that there's houses back to back to back to back. So it's only like that one because it's like a row of houses, and that whole row has just basically a bunch of space. At this time, everyone from there is already inside, all the little kids, because in Mexico it's not really
not like how it used to be anymore. Before you would be out to like 1, 2 in the freaking morning, and like now, since it's like so bad over there, like kids are in their home like by like 9 or 10.
Yeah, as soon as it starts getting dark, they start having everyone go inside because it's pretty dangerous and you don't know what could happen, you know. So we were like, you know, actually trying to hang out with our cousins because we hadn't seen them in like years. At least me, I hadn't been there in like over 10 years.
Janelle was just born. It was in 2004.
So it had been 12 years since I had last gone to Mexico. So I was trying to kind of catch up with, you know, my cousins. We both were like trying to, you know, just be out with them, walking around. Like that's the thing to do over there. You walk around and just talk and
drink beer
while you're walking around. So it's really big, and they call him Tío Santiago. He's actually my mom's cousin. We call him because it was just us girls in the house, and legit, like, we stayed looking at each other and we were like, oh my god, why is there someone knocking? And we just kept hearing someone knock, and it was like this little kind of window, but
it had like bars.
Yeah, it had bars, so there was no way someone could get in. Mostly all the houses are really like secure over there because, you know, there's a lot going on. But so they knock, and then my bright ass asked me what I did. I was like, is someone fucking with us? I was just like, what the hell? So then I knocked back, thinking like, oh, we were tripping, like that didn't just happen. And then someone knocks back again, and you couldn't really see, like, it was up high, but you couldn't see a shadow, you couldn't see like anything. So it was freaking weird. So then we were scared. My mom called Santiago
because he's the closest.
Yeah, he was like the neighbor, and she's like, oh, someone's knocking on the window, can you come and check? So right away he went out and checked, and then he came and he was like,
that's when I woke up. I was like, what's going on?
After we died already. She wakes up to dead bodies every morning. So she wakes up, and then he's like, are you sure there's like no one outside? I walked around the whole thing, like it doesn't. And then my tia's thing is like gated, so
they would have been able to hear like the door, like the gate open, because it's
she has like two gates to like get in.
It's really,
the main
really
one for the cars, and then you go in, and then there's another gate to like get to the house and then go to the backyard or whatever.
Those gates are, you could hear them.
Yeah,
there's no way you could not hear them.
Yeah, so we were tripping out, and yeah, that was one thing that happened to us in Mexico. So we were pretty frightened, and then that whole night was just kind of like hard to go to sleep because you're just in Mexico and you're thinking of all the horror stories that your parents have freaking told you, you know, and like our grandma.
My grandma has stories.
Yeah, so it's like you go to Mexico and that's all you're thinking about, you know, like, oh my god, there's so many like dead spirits over here. Like, fuck that. So that was one thing. Then the other thing was when we went out for a walk, we heard like LLORONA. Just throw it out there.
Yeah,
fucking heard the LLORONA.
Like I didn't hear her saying like mis hijos. I just heard someone crying.
Yeah.
And I heard it from a distance. Before that, we thought there was kids behind us.
Yeah. So to get to our little rancho, there's like this big carretera that you have to like go through to like get to the rancho, right? So that's where we normally walk back and forth, and because it's pretty long, so after, you know, being fat asses, we go for a walk to para que se nos baje la comida. And so we had already walked down, it was getting dark, and we're actually with my cousin Junior.
Yep.
Not the one that a bunch of y'all think is freaking cute as fuck.
Yeah.
But our other cousin Junior,
I mean, he's cute too, but
yeah, but he's older.
Yeah.
And he's actually my tia's son, the one where we were at her house. Does that make sense? So we were with him, we were walking, we were like, let's go walk La Presa. We had a huge dinner, and we're like, let's just go walk. And we had a beer, and we made it all the way to the end, which people always say they see someone there, but we were like, we turned right back, you know, and started walking the other way. So as we were walking back to the rancho, this whole time we were, I don't know why, we were thinking that
because usually when we would walk in the rancho, like, kids would be with us, like, they would follow us because, you know, like, oh, you know, they're adults, like, we could go like and like join them and whatever. We literally thought there was kids with us,
because you could hear kids behind us,
like playing, like giggling. I heard giggling. Yeah, I heard
it sound like they were behind us, messing around with each other.
Yes.
So then that's when we kept walking, and Junior, I think, was a little bit behind us.
Yes, and he was like, he said it, he's like, I swear, like, I thought there was kids with us. And there wasn't. And
then that's when we hear, like, well, we didn't even know about the kids not being there, right? So we start hearing this, like,
it was so creepy. So we just looked at each other and we're like, what?
And then we would look back at Junior,
and he looked like, so we were like, okay, so it wasn't just us, like, he heard it too.
Yeah. And then that's when we're like, wasn't there kids behind us? Because we obviously looked back to look at my cousin, and so we were like, there was fucking kids behind us, like, where did they go? And that's when we just freaked out, and we started running, and then Junior was like laughing at us, so he was
just like, he just kept walking.
Yeah, like, he was like, nothing's gonna happen, and we're like, you know,
fuck, like, LLORONA could just come and fucking attack us, homie.
Yeah, and we were already, I think, like, halfway already, so we didn't have a lot of
to run, but he still stayed back.
We had like a tiendita right, like, at the entrance,
and
there's people there,
guys there,
and there was like a huge light there, so we're just trying to get to the safe zone. We're like, all right, let's go. So yeah, that's what happened. That's how we heard La Llorona.
Yeah, that's when we went back to my grandpa's place, and then that's when we told them what happened, and they were all thinking that we were tripping and that we were crazy. And then that's when, like, one of our tias told us that, like, if we heard it from distance, it's because she was close, and if we hear it from close, it's because that means she was far. So this time we heard it from distance, so that means that homegirl was right next to us.
Yeah.
And then like, it was just also trippy, like, we heard crying, and then we thought there was kids behind us, and it turns out like there was no kids, so it was just an all trippy situation. Like, yeah, that was fucking scary.
Yeah, and we were a little on the edge because, you know, we did go because my grandpa had passed away, and
I just feel like,
but
things just always happen over there when someone passes away over there.
Yeah,
because Junior has a story of when, like, grandma passed away. You should bring him into it.
I should when I go to my tia.
Yeah, no, you really should.
I should bring him in.
But it was just creepy, like, we were just like, what the.
Yeah.
So the thing with also, like, the rancho is that, like, if you keep walking down, you go, like, there's still more fields around there, so, like, you get to, like, where the, like, what is it, a river?
It's like a lake, kind of.
Yeah, something like, and it's really freaking, like, it's deep, like, it's really freaking high, so people, like, yeah, people have died there, so, like, I feel like that place is already creepy as it is, so, like, when you're
Sorry, and this is on the opposite side, so it's not on the entrance of getting to our rancho.
No, yeah.
This is part of our rancho.
So I just feel like that whole rancho is just filled with like spirits.
Well,
and
it
ghosts.
has a lot of history.
Yeah,
you know?
that too.
Yeah, and that where that lake is, there's a parque I'm like remolino in the water or something like that.
Yeah.
So people have fallen, because we always go over there, and I actually have pictures on my Instagram where we take pictures on the edge. And
but people have actually like
fallen. Yeah, they've fallen, and then the water can like, you know, suck
and
you
also
in, and
because
you're
there's
gone.
like there's leaves on the bottom, so the thing is that like the leaves
seaweed and stuff.
Yeah, like they get attached to you, so like obviously también like it starts like bringing you down. So like going towards over there, there's this like creepy little house that I swear like I have never entered myself, because people have dared me and I'm like, I ain't entering there, because I've heard his like things about that house.
There's like this guy there. It's an abandoned little house.
Yes, it's just very creepy because it's the only house there.
Yeah, like it's just empty, like just a field, and then that abandoned
little house in the middle of the fucking, like, well, it's not in the middle, but y'all know what I mean.
And this is before getting to the little lake, the big lake that we have there. And it is creepy because I remember when I went back in 2004. Oh no,
back in 2004.
Yeah, it was 2004. I used to go, I would hang out with my cousin Judy, the one that we mentioned, you know, it's Judith. Yeah, I was walking over there with her, and then we were spooked out, right? Because we had already heard history on this. And as we were walking down, I kid you not, we heard someone laugh, like a big echo laugh.
I don't even know why the fuck you two would go by yourself.
We freaking ran back up because it's kind of like you go a little bit kind of downhill.
That shit is like, fuck, like it's a fucking workout.
Yeah, there's like a lot of rocks and just plants everywhere.
Yeah,
and
you could fall and like freaking.
I freaking fell because we were running back, and I fell, and I was bleeding from my knee because I legit fell and
¿Quién te manda?
ate shit.
¿Quién te manda?
Well, I didn't think this motherfucker was gonna scare us. So
maybe you're the one that brought Blackie. Maybe that's what it was.
And then he just got attached to everyone but me.
Yeah. He was like, okay, you're no fun.
Wow, and now I know how you feel about me. I'm the life of the party,
you
okay?
Are.
But
well, extra, but you are.
You love my extras.
Sometimes.
But yeah, that's just another little background of our little rancho. I'm sure there's so many more stories.
There's so many that our family could literally
talk about. And I'm sure my dad will talk about that, and my mom, and my tío Juan, hopefully, and I'm excited. We're getting closer to Halloween, so I'm for sure gonna try to have a lot more story times for you guys. I think this week is gonna be a little tough, but I should be able to pre-record some stuff for you. That way for next week I have a bunch of story times. I've been texting people, that way I can, you know, get a schedule and then hopefully pre-record and have it set up for you guys. So
you know what I was just thinking about right now, since we were like talking about like LLORONA. I was thinking about how there was this one time at our old house that that's when, like, you know, back in the days when kids used to actually go out and like play. I was playing like tag. Good times, yes. I was playing tag with like my neighbors, and I fell, and then I was just laying there on the grass, and I like turned my head, and I see, like, from distance, I see this lady in a white dress holding hands with the little girl with the white dress as well.
Where?
In our old house. Yeah, I remember, like,
wait, hold on.
Okay,
where did you see her?
Okay, so in the corner. So okay, so it was not our house, but the house next to us. I was like laying there on their grass because I fell. I'm stupid. I'm very clumsy, you guys. And then like from like I turned my head and from distance there's this like lady with the white dress and she's holding hands with the little girl.
Oh, hey.
And I was like, okay, it was probably because like,
was this like in the daytime? Or?
Yes, it was in the daytime. So I was like, okay, I'm tripping, you know, it could probably be one of my neighbors like grandma or something, you know. I was like, okay, let me blink, and then the moment I blinked, they were gone, both of them. So I seriously, I think in that moment, that's when I first saw La Llorona or something. I never saw her face, I never saw the little girl's face, like I just saw 2 white dresses.
Damn. Maybe because you felt she was like, she's weak right now, let me grab her. She hit her head and she's like, está un poquito mencita ahorita, déjamela yo. Okay, but anyways, is there anything else you want to add on?
No, that's all I remember right now.
Yeah, you still have lip gloss on your hand. My sister has to go to work right now, so that's it for our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have had any experiences in Mexico or anywhere. I am having a lot of fun reading your comments because it just lets us know that we're not alone in this, and there's really something out there, you know,
there really
out
is
to get us.
I seriously, like, I'm very like into like the whole spiritual, like the whole like ghosts and everything. Like me and my little sister like sometimes go on YouTube and we just watch like all these like haunted places. Like,
yeah, they're crazy.
Like I love it, even though they say that it's like you're bringing that kind of energy into your own home, but I haven't experienced anything in our house.
But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you guys.